Another day, another story. To promote muscle growth, it is essential to consistently challenge them with more than they are accustomed to. Although this may seem simple, most people's workout routines fail to achieve this. While they may experience a good pump and sweat during their workouts, their muscles are not being stimulated enough to promote growth over time. To better understand this concept, let's examine the science behind muscle growth. After a workout, the muscles do not immediately become stronger. They become temporarily weakened due to the stress they have been subjected to. It is only after a few days of proper recovery that the muscles adapt to this stress and come back stronger and larger than before, in preparation for the next workout. However, no matter how intense a workout feels or how much one sweats, if the subsequent session does not provide the muscles with a greater challenge than the previous one, muscle growth will not occur. If a muscle is not consistently challenged, it will not grow but maintain its current size and strength, or in some cases, even shrink and weaken. To achieve consistent gains over time, workout routines must be designed to force muscles to grow every session. In this video, we will discuss effective ways to achieve this. One common method is to progressively increase the weight lifted. For instance, if you can currently bench press 100 pounds for 8 reps, next week, you may try to bench pressing 110 pounds for 8 reps, which will create a new stimulus for your muscles to adapt and grow from. This progressive overload technique works well for beginners and can help them make gains quickly, particularly on main lifts like the bench press, squat, and deadlift. However, relying solely on adding more weight to the bar can lead to a plateau. To avoid this, we must get more creative in how we challenge our muscles, which brings us to our next point. Adding more reps is another effective way to force muscles to grow, provided it is applied correctly. The concept is simple and can be explained using a basic maths equation. For instance, if I bench press 100 pounds for 10 reps in a week, I will have lifted a total of 1,000 pounds across that set. If the following week I lift the same weight but for 11 reps, I will have lifted 1,100 pounds across the same set. By adding just one representative to my set, I will have technically lifted 100 pounds more than the previous week, creating a new stimulus for my muscles to grow. Based on a 2017 meta-analysis, increasing the reps up to 30 while maintaining the same weight can still result in the same amount of growth as adding more weight. This technique is particularly useful when access to equipment is limited or when dealing with an injury that prevents an increase in weight. However, for those with access to more weights, double progression is a highly effective technique used in the Built with Science program. It employs both reps and weight to ensure consistent muscle growth week after week. For instance, if you do 3 sets of squats for 8 to 12 reps with 100 pounds in week 1, you could do 8 reps for each set. The following week, you would aim to do 9 reps for each set, and so on. Suppose you are unable to add more weight or do more reps while following your workout routine. In that case, you can use another often overlooked form of progression, which involves increasing the number of sets you perform. For example, if you are trying to build your biceps, adding sets can be as simple as going from 3 sets of 12 one week to 4 sets of 12 the following week. By adding that one extra set, you can significantly increase your training volume. This is an effective way to bring up lagging muscle groups, but it should be used sparingly. According to the literature, doing at least 10 sets per muscle group per week can nearly double the number of gains compared to doing just 5 sets per muscle group per week. However, there comes a point of diminishing returns when you get into the 20 to 30 set zone. Therefore, it is best to increase volume by no more than 10 to 20 sets per week. For instance, if you are currently doing 10 sets of chest workouts per week but cannot lift more weight or do more reps, you can add an extra set to each exercise every week. However, this method can be taxing on the body and make workouts longer. Another way to force muscles to grow while lifting the same weight and doing the same number of reps and sets every week is by changing the tempo. Tempo refers to how fast or slow we lift weights. Slowing down reps can increase the amount of time the tension is placed on the muscle, stimulating more growth. This technique is particularly effective for exercises involving smaller, weaker muscle groups like lateral raises, where adding just a little bit of weight often increases difficulty disproportionately. Bodyweight exercises like push-ups and pull-ups are also suitable for this technique. However, going too slow can hinder muscle growth. If you are doing 20-pound lateral raises and usually take about a second on the way up and a second on the way down for each rep, you could try slowing down to 3 seconds on the way up and 3 seconds on the way down. If increasing weight or adding sets is not an option, another form of overload can be applied by focusing on better form. Often, when people add more weight to their lifts, they compromise their form, resulting in the target muscles not working any harder, despite using heavier weights. By performing exercises with better control, less momentum, and more activation of the target muscles, even if all other variables remain the same, progression is achieved, resulting in growth. While this method may not be as eye-catching as the others on the list, cleaning up exercise form can stimulate significant growth for all muscles, even among advanced lifters who spend time analyzing and tweaking their form. As for which of the 5 methods is best for muscle growth, it depends on various factors, such as experience level, equipment availability, and the type of plateau one is experiencing. The best way to determine which method works best is to experiment with them. That concludes today's discussion. Thank you for watching, and please support the channel by liking the video, subscribing, and leaving a comment about what topic you would like to see covered next.